Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Zainal Abidin and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I will talk about 13 text types. So the first is narrative text, social function to amuse or entertain the readers and to tell a story. Generic structure, data orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation optimal. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on specific and usually individualist participants. Second, use of material processes or behavioral and verbal processes. Third, use of relational processes and mental processes. Fourth, use of temporal conjunction and temporal circumstance, and use of past tense. For example, picture books, cartoons, Snow White, and adventure, and etc. And then recount text, social function to retell something that happened in the past and to tell a series of past events. Generic structure, data orientation, event, and reorientation. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on specific participants. Second, use of material processes. Third, circumstance of time and place. Fourth, use of past tense and focus on temporal sequence. For example, a recount of a traditional story, asal-usul Sungai Kapuas. And then, descriptive text. Social function to describe a particular person, place, or thing in detail. Generic structure, their identification and description. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on specific participants. Second, use of attributive and identifying processes. Third, frequent use of epithets and classifiers in nominal groups, and use of simple present tense. For example, description of a character or setting within a story. And then report text, social function to present information about something as it is. Generic structure, there are general classification and description. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on generic participants. Second, use of relational processes to state what is and that which it is. Third, use of simple present tense and non-temporal sequence. For example, fact about Ki Hajar Dewantara. And then explanation text, social function to explain the processes involved in the formation or working of natural or social cultural phenomena. Generic structure, there are general statement, explanation, and closing. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on generic, non-human participants. Second, use mainly of material and relational processes. Third, use mainly of temporal and causal circumstance and conjunctions. And the fourth is use of simple present tense and some use of passive voice to get them right. For example, the life cycle of a frog and a brief summary of speech production. And then analytical exposition text, social function to reveal the readers that something is the important case. Generic structure, there are theses, arguments, redirection or conclusion. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on generic human or non-human participants. Second, use of simple present tense. Third, use of relational processes. Fourth, use of internal conjunction to stage argument and reasoning through causal conjunction or nominalization. For example, a team's argument for a debate. And then hortatory exposition text. Social function to persuade the readers that something should or should not be the case or be done. Generic structure, there are theses, arguments, and recommendation. Significant grammatical features. First, using simple present tense, using modals, and using action verbs. For example, country, concern. And then procedure text, social function to help readers how to do or make something completely. Generic structure, there are goal or aim, materials or equipments, and steps or methods. Significant grammatical feature. First, focus on generalized human agents. Second, use of simple present tense, often imperative. Third, use mainly of temporal conjunction or numbering to indicate sequence. And use mainly of natural processes. For example, how to make sayur nangka. And then discussion text, social function to present information and opinions about issues in more one side of an issue. Generic structure, there are issue, arguments for and against, or and conclusion. Significant grammatical features. First, using simple present tense. Second, use of relating verb or to be, and using thinking verb. For example, should the Instagram be banned? And then review text, social function to critique or evaluate an artwork or even for a public audience. Generic structure, there are orientation, evaluation, interpretive recount, evaluation, and evaluative summation. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on particular participants. Second, direct expression of opinion through use of attitudinal lexis. And third, use of elaborating and extending clause and group complexes to package the information, and use of metaphorical language. For example, commentary on a film, play, book, and etc. And then anecdote text, social function to share with others an account of unusual or amusing incident. Generic structure, there are abstract, orientation, crisis, reaction, and coda. Significant grammatical features. First, use of exclamation, rhetorical question, and intensifiers. And second, use of natural processes to tell what happened, and use of temporal conjunction. For example, snake in the bath. And then spoof text, social function to tell an event with a humorous twist and entertain the readers. Generic structure, their orientation, events, and twist. Significant grammatical features. First, focus on individual participants. Second, use of natural processes. Third, circumstance of time and place and use of past tense. For example, penguin in the park. And the last is news item text, social function to inform readers about events of the day which are considered newsworthy or important. Generic structure, there are newsworthy event, background events, and sources. Significant grammatical features. First, short telegraphic information about story captured in headline. Second, use of metro processors to retell the event. And third, use of projected verbal processes in search stage. And focus on circumstance. For example, town contaminated. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.